Bill Dorward. I'm with the Sheet Metal Workers Local 19 business agent for the local. I'm also the president of the Burks County Building Trades.
I'm Angel Figueroa. I'm the executive director of the Institute of Leadership, Education, Advancement, Development. We are a Southeast nonprofit organization in Pennsylvania.
So my father was a sheet metal worker, and I respected the work that he did. I was able to see some of the work. Went through high school in Lehigh County Vo-Tech and had the interest to be a sheet metal worker and a welder. SMART stands for Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation. It is our international association name that we had merged with the UTU, the rail workers, back in the day. So in growth, our apprenticeship program starts out day one not knowing anything. Most of the time, don't even know how to read a tape measure. This is very essential to our trade, where our apprentices come here one day every other week. They get paid to come here to get their education, and on top of that, they get their homework. So we're expecting them after the 4 years to not only be a good sheet metal worker, but also with leadership skills to go out and run work, or possibly even be a superintendent, or even fortunate enough to be a company owner also.
So this partnership has been percolating for many years now. I've had the personal privilege of knowing Bill for quite some time now, and most recently and formally working with him in his capacity as the business agent, but also as the president of the building trades. What's fascinating to me in particular about Bill is his passion and his commitment to serve the community that we're serving. So at iLead, we're very mission driven and focusing on underserved, underrepresented communities. And so being in that space, many times adults, when they do enter our doors, they're entering our doors out of a state of desperation. Either they want to pivot, either they're tired of being in a poverty state of mind, either they're just hitting a wall. And so it's out of desperation and wanting to see what career path can they pursue. So roughly about 3 years ago, Bill and I, we rekindled our relationship, and he sat with me at a coffee shop and said, we're going to work together because I think it's well overdue that we have representation of your community involved in the trades. And that was like music to my ears. I said, Bill, this is a blessing. And off we went. We were fortunate to, at the time, had a federal grant where we included them as a part of that process. And then we started recruiting. And in our case, we're learning from them on really identifying a can-do attitude of a student, right? Not everyone could come in and do this. First of all, you got to go through this man, through Bill, and it's important because once he's committed to you and your career as a potential candidate, you're going to go far. So it worked out so well that we have the honor of working with them in this capacity.
Most important thing is to show up on time, to be there 40 hours a week, put your time in with the education process, but also being a team player. We can teach you the rest. It's about showing up, making sure you're doing the right thing, along with the education and the job. My job gives me an opportunity to represent every member and non-members. One of my jobs is to talk to non-union workers, non-signatory contractors, discuss the ideals and the work ethic of our union sheet metal workers and the education possibilities also. Again, it comes down to the integrity of the individuals, showing up on time, being respectful, showing up the 40 hours a week, and putting their apprenticeship first. So in the aspect of sheet metal workers, we do heating and air conditioning, sheet metal layout of the ductwork, so it can be hand laid out or done on a laser table, plasma table. Then you assemble those fittings, and then if you're fortunate enough, you can go out and install them. We also do signage, so any major sporting event that you'll see, Philadelphia Flyers, Philadelphia Eagles, and other states, we build all the scoreboards, digital signs. We do architectural sheet metal work when it comes to metal roofing, metal siding, We do air balancing, water balancing, service. We do computer-aided drafting, toilet petitions, lockers, shelving, and so forth. This iLead program that we have merged together with has become essential. You know, one of the biggest things that I have found as an agent over the 23 years of doing this agent position is that we tend to overlook the inner cities. And it's not being driven that we're doing that meaningfully. We do that because we're constantly chasing work, trying to represent our members and our contractors. But I think for a long time has gone on where we've missed these individuals, whether they be men or women. I don't think the opportunities have been there well enough. And I believe at the end of the day, everybody deserves an opportunity to succeed in this country, no matter where they're from, color of skin, ethnic background, religious background. Everybody deserves that opportunity to have good wages, good benefits, with a retirement, and more importantly, with respect on a job.
And I echo everything that Bill just said and expressed, and it's very authentic. And I know this because I work with him, I work through him, and we have this great partnership. And the partnerships amplifies and produces real results, right? It's not just lip service. And it's having the Bills of the world that have opened up doors like this to create endless opportunities for those individuals that have all of those traits, right? You know, making sure that you show up on time, making sure that you're going to be committed, making sure that you have grit and showing up. So this is what this partnership looks like. And beyond that, some of the things that we have worked on as well is looking beyond, you know, the apprentice program, right? We've been fortunate to establish a full, apart from the 4-year apprenticeship program, we've been able to successfully create an associate's degree in construction management together, working with him and his folks and in partnership with our academic institution. So it's a true demonstration that we're in this for the long haul together. And I'm just grateful that, you know, the Philly Works Goods Jobs Grant has been able to afford us this opportunity to demonstrate that a partnership like this can definitely create great results.